A very good morning to Dr. Kwa and my fellow friends. My name is Ziwei and first I am going to introduce all my group members here, which are Yudong, Chai, Sam Chong and also Kai Xiang. We are group 3 from tutorial 5. Today our group will present the case application 1 from chapter 3, which is global number. Our presentation will be divided into 4 parts. First, we are going to show you the case application and followed by the 10-point summary from the case application. Next, we will have discussion question and lastly, we will have references. This is the global number case application that we can find it from Management ebook, which is Fundamental of Management on page 104. Now let's look for the 10-point summary now. First, acquisition of Lehman by Nomura when Lehman sought for the Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Second, there are many differences of culture and business between two companies, which are differences of how women were treated, for example, the dress code of women in each company, differences of how quickly decisions were made, and differences on how the customers were treated in each company. Next, Nomura tried to blend the two cultures and promoting high position for non-Japanese employees, and an executive committee of Nomura were all Japanese men, as Lehman executive Porter, which is a foreigner, and he was promoted to the committee by Nomura. Last point is Porter resigned as Nomura's highest ranking foreign executive. Now we have come to the discussion question. Question 1. What obvious cultural differences between Nomura and Lehman do you see in this situation? First, the men and women were separated during Nomura's initial training session for new workers. And then next, the dress code of women. For Nomura, the women are required to wear their hair and clothing need to follow the seasons, but for Lehman, the women were required to remove highlight from hair, avoid brightly colored clothing, and wear long sleeves. Next, efficiency of process getting approval on deals. For examples, Lehman's workers state that the process in Nomura was slower and more difficult compared to Lehman. And then we can see that Nomura focused on long-term investment, but in Lehman, clients were categorized by the fees they pay. Okay, now I'm going to pass to Charlie to answer the question 2. Thank you.
Okay, the next question 2 is what global attitude do you think characterize Nomura? Be specific in your description. So the answer is Nomura apply ethnocentric attitude. Ethnocentric attitude is an attitude which company believe that the best work approach and practices are those of the home country. Initially, Nomura acquired Lehman Company, so Nomura will logically become the HQ, so all of the executive committee was all Japanese men at the first. And the question also asks for, do you see any evidence of that changing? The answer is yes. To make company globally, Nomura changed to geocentric attitude. And geocentric attitude is a world-oriented view that focuses on using the best approach and people from around the globe. So Nomura realized that when the business is global, the management also needs to be global. So for example, Nomura promote a non-Japanese like Bata, a native of India, as the highest ranking foreign executive.
Question 3. Do some cultural research on Japan and United States compare those cultural characteristics? What similarities and differences exist? How might these cultural differences be affecting the situation at Nomura? First is role and responsibility. For United States, the US companies are focused on individual rights. That means the individual contribution of employees is important to US company to achieve the company goal. For Japan, the Japan companies are more focused on collective culture. It requires individual input toward the group. The individual contribution is not important for Japan company. The individual personality not seen as the first for effective leadership. Japan company were more focused on group. The relationship between good management and teamwork are important. The second is speed and consistency. For United States, the US company are fast in decision making. This is because the manager are responsibility for the decision made within their area of responsibility. The US company will give the leeway to subordinate to make change for the decision and decide. Because of that, the US company will have less meeting and documentation compared with the Japan company. For the Japan, the decision making is slower than the US company. This is because the decision making done in the state. Japan company will make sure the decisions are questioned and conservation with the plenty of meeting and documentation. The hierarchy management need the information flow from the bottom of the company to the top. This made the decision making was slower. For United States is heterogeneous culture. The US company is multicultural, consists with the ethnic subculture from African, Hispanic, and Asian and others. The organization usually consists of multinationality. The employee has many different ways of thinking and ideas. Next, for Japan is a homogeneous culture. The Japan company usually managed by only Japanese. They have the same background and culture. Because of that, the Japanese employee able to understand other mindset and what expected by the manager. The idea given is almost the same between each other. For United States is a personal life. The US employee priority to the family and personal life. The work life must balance and they are trying to avoid overtime. The US employee also have some personal socializing after work but not in the group. And this is different from the Japan. The Japanese priority on the work life. Many Japanese traditional culture to force the Japanese to priority on the work life. Japanese employee need to attend the after work event. It's called nomikai. This is the drinking party, and for the newcomer must hold a place for harmony for drinking with a co-worker to show their respect. The similarities culture characteristic for Japan and United States is the both Japanese and United States employee work for a long hour. In Japan, the Japanese had died from working too much. It is called karoshi, mean dead by overwork. The average United States and Japan employee only take about half of their vacation time and both are the same. This culture difference be affecting the situation and normula with the mixed culture and nationality. The United States employee learn how to be more respect and take care about cleanliness and caring about environment. While the Japanese employee can learn how to be more multicultural and individualized. The formula will change the style of the management from the Japanese style management to be more global.
Alright, thanks Samchong. Hi guys, my name is Eng Dong. I'm going to explain what Numera managers could do in order to support, promote, and also encourage cultural awareness among employees. But before this, what is cultural awareness? Cultural awareness can be defined as the ability and willingness to objectively examine the values, beliefs, tradition, and perception within one's own and other cultures. 4 main points that I would like to highlight after this, which are education, diversity training, company leadership, and celebrating diversity. First and foremost, Numera managers can raise the employees' cultural awareness through education, as education will enable people to be enlightened, empowered, and self-reliant. So in this case, Numera managers can organize some talks regarding the difference of culture between Japan and the United States, so it can help to build cultural knowledge among the employees. Besides that, diversity training programs can promote cultural awareness too. It is because diversity training involves race relations while addressing the general problem of dealing with people who are different, such as employees from US or Japan. Without placing blame on people, institutional barriers are considered. So when it focuses on a building community, the employees could recognize prejudice and also cultural assumption. Thus, it can reduce the probability of misunderstanding between the employees in Numera. Furthermore, company leadership is also important in encouraging cultural awareness. For instance, Numera managers can look for minority employees for leadership positions. This is proven when the company has promoted non-Japanese employees to high-ranking positions. By doing so, the employees will continue to work harder to strive for excellence. In addition of that, Numera managers could plan some celebrating diversity programs that can help promote cultural awareness. Examples for it are celebrating traditional holidays, festivals, and food. With cultural awareness as the theme, Numera managers could also host a staff dinner or an international food day, so the employees can bring a traditional dish from their homeland respectively. By introducing them to another tradition, they will increase their sensitivity to cultural differences. Not only that, they will also be able to learn words in another language that they can use in communicating with foreign colleagues and customers. So this is all for me for the ways in encouraging employees' cultural awareness in Numera. I will pass to Kai-Sing for the further explanation now. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Yudong. Now we look at question 5. What do you think the statement, when your business is global, management need to be global, is saying? In your opinions, is Nomura doing this? Explain. First, we look at the meaning of the statements. The statement has means that the management of the business must not based on the culture, ethnic, or even nationality of a certain country. It should be based on the well performance of any people from any places. Therefore, the artificial geography boundaries should be eliminated and also need to be geocentric, using all the people in the earth as a basis of evaluation the organization. This means that when a managerial position or the executive be chosen, the will should be chosen from the performance and also the skill owned by a person, but not from the nationality of a person. In addition, global management can be useful be considered from the perspective of the different functions of the organization, such like marketing, operations, human resources, finance, and also other activities, such like the research and development and also legal issues. In addition, the business is also focused on the low cost and also responsiveness. Then we look at the example. In my opinion, yes, Nomura is attempt to make the company more global oriented for a better working environment and for its staff and also its business. For example, Nomura had moved his subordinates to other subsidiary company in other country and also invite experts from other country into his company. For instance, Nomura had moved Hiromi Yamaji, the head of global investment banking, to London, and also Naoki Matsuba, the global head of equities, to New York to reduce the centric nature of the company, while he has also invited Jaser Bhatta, a native of India, as the committee of the company.
Alright, these are our references, can take a look for it. So thanks for watching our video. If you have any question, kindly leave it in Spectrum and don't forget to do the Kahoot quiz. See you, bye.